Hey guys, DocStorm here with you again. So as you guys can see, I am finally at Legendary Arena here. I'm at exactly 3,000 trophies. It is because of the reset last night. So I think I did get to 3019 as of last night before the reset with the deck that you see here. I will be talking more about the deck and also share with you some of the strategies I use to get to Legendary Arena as a free-to-play player. Because I know there is a lot of you out there that is thinking that it's hard, it's not doable, but it absolutely is. And I will share with you my secrets, my tips to get to Legendary Arena. I started the game, I would believe, a month and a half after the release. So guys, it is doable for a free-to-play player to get to Legendary Arena. Right now I'm going to show you, I guess, the battle that got me here. And then let's talk a bit about it as usual, okay? So here my opponent is running a golem deck, and for some reason I am seeing more and more of these golem decks now. They've been out for a while of the meta, but now they're kind of resurfacing. So my opponent plays a golem. It's a really aggressive play by him, but I think it's probably because of the hand that he has. So it sometimes makes you a little bit more aggressive, depends on the deck that you're or the hand that you're dealt with. So here, because my musketeer is going forward, I want to support it with my hog rider. You'll see me here delaying my zap spell because just in case he threw some goblins or skeletons down. So I zapped him right when the wizard was going to attack me, so that was a good time. And again, I am a little bit ahead with the elixir collector as well, so again, why not play it safe, store some elixir since my elixir collector is up. So my opponent does the same here. So again, we're just resetting. So I am ahead, and I don't have a better move to play, so I play for an attack. He revealed he has barbarians. That's okay right now. So I'm still good. Musketeer still alive. So here I send my hog down to help her out, because here it makes my musketeer add more value. You never waste your troop, guys. Look at here. My musketeer is about to die, but look at how many shots she got off on the tower before she died. So sometimes you have to use your troops very wisely. Don't waste them. You have to support them when you need to. So you have to decide when and when not to do certain things. Here I'm going to toss the fireball over because again I don't have a better play, and it helps me weaken that tower so that I knew I can finish it off with the last fireball. So again, now I knew if I play relatively well, this one's in the bag. So again, I'm just trying to get that last damage off there. That fireball, mainly I wanted to kill the wizard because the wizard does do a lot of damage on my barbarians. So there I zap, finish him off, and now I knew I can clear these troops down with ease. Now the cannon I placed there again just to lure that golem over, but perhaps I could have played it a little bit closer to help with the other golem, but again, it's okay. I put the elixir collector there as a defense. Because at this point, you know what, I just need that 14 seconds to clear the win. And sometimes when you're ahead like that, it forces your opponents to be very aggressive and it punishes them a little bit, just like how that fireball pretty much shot down barbarians and the wizard. But honestly, if he didn't do that, he wouldn't have any chance anyways. So again, that's why sometimes it is good to be ahead, right, of the game, because it does force your opponents to be more aggressive, make some plays that they normally don't, adds the pressure on. So that was the match to get to, for me to get to Legendary Arena, earn my chest. Why don't we open some chests up first, okay? So I believe this was a Legendary Arena chest. So, okay, so let's open this one as well. Oh, probably this one. It had a bit more gold. One of them was a legendary chest. So nothing too good, that's okay. Again, I'm going to show you the deck that I used. You can see more gameplay videos of this deck. I think the previous 2 videos I also used this deck. But guys, this is the deck that I used to get myself to Legendary Arena. Again, I like the fireball zap combo. It complements each other well, because sometimes you do need the fireball to kill the princess, helps with the barbarians. The zap helps with my hog because it does help him hit the extra last hits, clears goblins and things like that for my hog as well, and also helps me defend against minion hordes as well with the help of my tower. So yeah, this is the deck that I use. So guys, it is completely doable. Look, my commons are level 8. I just upgraded my zap to level 9. My rares is level 6. So nothing too fancy here, no legendaries and no epics, guys. So it is doable as a free-to-play player. There are other decks that I use. You know, the video I'm sure you guys saw, the 2900 as a level 7. That one I call it the Hog Splash because I use Valkyrie and the Baby Dragon. And then another deck that I had previous videos on again was a Valkyrie Freeze, which is quite effective also. So there are 3 decks that I mainly run, and then I do show you those 3 decks gameplays, so you guys can always look back at those videos. But guys, here is what I want to tell you, some tips, okay, of how you can play better, get to Legendary Arena, from Arena 1 all the way to 8. So let's talk a bit about the deck. Your deck needs to be balanced in the sense that no cards are wasted. So you need typically something to deal with splash. So here I have my barbarians and my fireball to deal with splash and zap. And another thing is you want your kill card. So my kill card is the Hog Rider, and I do have assists or supporting troops like the Musketeer, right? And then I really like playing a defensive structure. For me, I love the cannon. The cannon is great because it's not a lot of elixir cost, and there are more hog decks, royal giant decks, so land-based decks that I can really utilize my cannon well. I do have a musketeer and my fireball for those air decks. So guys, you do want a balanced deck, okay? Don't have too many troops doing the same thing. Like if you have like a Dark Prince, a Valkyrie, and Baby Dragon, it might be overkill. So guys, think about what you want to put in your deck, and they have to complement each other. Another thing what dictates if your deck is successful or not is you have to be able to deal with the current meta. Now what I mean by the current meta is common decks that you see being played. So the good thing is you have TB Royale, and those are great for replays. You can scroll through, usually look at the top players, right? Look at what type of decks they like to run, right? And see if you can counter them. So as you can see, a lot of decks here are running Royal Giants. So you have to go back to your own deck to see, hey, what do I have to counter Royal Giants? Well, I have my Barbarians, right? So guys, always learn to deal with the current meta, right? So right now, you know, your Barbs, your Mini P.E.K.K.A is good for Hogs and Royal Giants. So maybe you should have one of those troops in your arsenal as well, right? And then the most important thing is learn how to counter these decks. So that's why most of my videos are based on that, is to help you guys beat these popular decks so you can climb up just like me, or if even further, right? Once your deck is there though, guys, you gotta keep playing it. Don't give up on it. I hear a lot of you switching decks back and forth. It's okay, but it's probably better to make smaller changes, like for a troop or two, just to cater to the meta. Because if you switch completely different decks, it's hard to play consistent. And that's what gets you to higher trophies, is when you play consistent, it grooves your playstyle. And then also what you can do is learn tricks from people, right? Like if you want to learn from me from YouTube, you can even ask friends, you can ask clanmates, you can train, you can use them to train, right, during training. So for example, you saw in my previous video, I train a lot using the training mode to split my troops to fight against Sparky, right? So another thing I want you to show you guys here is if you hold on to the card, it actually shows you how much damage the card does. So that also aids in your decision making, right? To see, hey, is that spell enough to defeat my opponents? Another thing I want to show you guys too is you should never damage the opponent's King Tower. Look at my fireball, because once you do that, it activates him. So try to aim your spells a little bit off, right, of the King Tower so you don't engage him. Because now look, I'm going to send my Hog Rider just to show you guys down here. I'm not actually playing the game, as you can tell. So look at, now I have an additional defense I have to worry about. Look at how the King Tower is shooting my Hog as well. So guys, if you can, try not to shoot spells or anything to engage the enemy's King Tower. because it's not good for you. They have an extra defense. So those are two things that I see a lot of people making a mistake of, so that's why I want to show you. So another thing I want to show you guys is, especially a free-to-play player, is how to spend your gold and your gems wisely, okay? So for gems, try to save your gems. They are valuable. Try not to use them arena 1 to 6 if you can. If you must, use it arena 6, but preferably probably arena 7 is best, because you get more value. Because here, I'll show you one quick thing you might not be aware of, is if you click on this eye icon, it shows you that in arena 8 you get 11 commons in a silver chest, right? And then if you look at here, arena 7, you get 9 commons only, right? So again, it's not as effective to open up lower level arena chests. You might as well save them for a little bit later. And also it is more useful as well once you get higher to get the cards that you need, because at that point you know exactly your combination, what you're good at, what you're not, and then the type of cards that you want to concentrate on leveling. So as you look at my deck, there are some things that I did upgrade along the way just to try out, but if you look at my epics, you know, all of them are really level 1, because I know I don't use them, so why waste gold upgrading them, right? So I just left them at level 1, and guys, you should do the same. And now let's talk a bit about gems. Gems, you should really save them up just to buy the 10,000 gold, bucket of gold, because that is good value to buy as a free-to-play player. It helps you along with upgrading troops, and if you get to legendary arena like myself, you can buy actually legendaries for 40,000 gold as they come up. It also depends on how much gold or actual money you guys want to spend. So if you're spending 0 like me, you save your gold for the key upgrades, and then you save your gold to buy legendaries at the end. You save your gems to only buy bucket of gold or even wagon of gold, but that's going to be tough, to help you upgrade and buy those legendaries, and that's about it. But guys, if you spend maybe $50 to $300 USD, you guys can do a little bit more. So you guys can definitely buy the bucket of gold to buy your epics from the store. That's very good value, by the way, 2,000 only though. Or you can actually, what we call, open the cycle. So you see how these chests have gems to open the chest up? You can actually click on them to open the chest up to free up the cycle. What I mean by cycle, for people that don't know, is these chests aren't actually random when they come to your slots. There's actually like a grid that they have. It's like every 11 silver chests they give you a gold, and then after 200 chests you open, you get a giant chest, things like that. So if you open these chests as you go, it does get you faster to those expensive chests, the giant chests, the super magical chests, versus us, we have to use time to open them up. And another thing you might notice too is the bigger the chest that you get, the more value you get. So people are always saying, silver chests not as worth it to open up, but if you open up like giant chests, magical chests, and super magical chests, those, because it takes so long to unlock, it's actually very good gem versus time wise to open them up. So guys, if you spend $50 or $300, it's definitely good sometimes to, what I call, gem the cycle, right? Open those expensive chests when you see them, and also buy the golds. So guys, these are the tips that I have for you so far. It helped me get along to Arena 8, and guys, I hope every one of you will get to Legendary Arena, and I'm sure you will. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm really excited to be in Legendary Arena. I'm sure everyone will get there when they want to. And guys, hope you enjoy these videos, and clash on, guys. Until next time.